I read a quote today or a post today about a preacher that said that he apologized because he was accused of being bashed, or that he was bashing the saints or bashing people when he preached holiness. Now, I'm not saying that he did that, but I do commend him for having that much wisdom, that much understanding, that much maturity, that he would apologize, even if he didn't bash the saints, or what people believe that he bashed the saints. But the thing that was disturbing was the way his followers, they believe that he should be able to just say what he wants to say and do what he wants to say, because there's just a spirit of offense just running rampant in the church.
You're quacking like ducks and walking like ducks. If you add that all up, it must be a duck. You're pressing your luck, man. People ain't stupid. What you say is just the lyrics. What you do is the music.
Now, about the civil rights movement, when black people today try to bring up inequalities in America right now, people want us to just don't talk about any kind of racial issues. They think this is controversial, and they tell us that we should get over it. It's been about 50 years now since the Voting Rights Act and some other civil rights movement things. Then things have changed so much. They said, well, that's in the past. We ought to just get over it, And that's easy to say when you're not the person that's saying that you're being victimized. Now, to the person that's accused of doing the victimizing, they would really just love for that to just go away, and they don't want you to talk about it. Now, I'm not saying that the preacher actually did what he was accused of, but I thought that he was very wise, and he did the right thing to apologize to people that even considered themselves to be hurt by anything that he said, because that's not our mission, that's not our reason. Now, they tell you 50 years ago in America that, that's old. We got to just get over it. That's in the past. But the same United States of America in our corrections, prison system, we'll have somebody doing 50 years in prison, but we won't say, hey, 50 years, hey, that's enough. That's been a long time ago. Why don't we just forget about it? We forget about your crime. We'll just let you out. People don't tend to do that, because when you think you have more rights than another person, you have the right to step on other people's toes and hurt other people's feelings, but they don't have the right to do that to you, then something is wrong with you. So for people who think that this is just my feelings, or something happened to me, which really didn't, or they think that this is some type of philosophy, I'll take you to the book. Matthew 18:7 says this right here: whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believes in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offenses. For it must need be that offenses come. But woe to that man by whom the offenses come. Our job, no matter how anointed we are, how called we are, how sent we are, or whatever our title or position is never to be one that will bash or beat up on anybody. And I don't think that's the desire of most of the people that's preaching the gospel today. But some people, we actually do it. If it's brought to our attention that people feel that way, it's not beyond us, or we should not be so great that we should not be able to apologize. Think about that.
I write hits, man. When I spit, it's like throwing hot grits. Assassinator, you can call me the hit, man.